Sorry, I'm just a bit excited. Okay, let me actually arrange the papers properly before some of you join the stream. Um, what's happening here? Uh, let me see. Okay, Mateus Nicolau. Um, and then who's the last one? Suma Derji, Brady Hainston. Sorry, I was arranging the documents properly. The papers, actually. I'm saying documents like it's the serious thing. So yeah, I think I'm going to do this statistics breakdown a little bit more often. There's so much information here. Even if they fix the statistics, I think I'm still going to continue doing them. There's a variety of ways that I can break this down in a way that I know a lot of people don't look at statistics. But for now, I think I should just focus on giving you the accuracy of these particular statistics. So let's get started. Um, Robelli's display. Or should I wait for a couple of people to come online and then we can, you know, I was supposed to do the statistics breakdown yesterday. Unfortunately, I couldn't do that. My apologies for that. Um, but yeah, I'm back. Depending on how this goes, maybe I might just do these statistics on Wednesday and then just focus on doing upsets on Friday. Let's see how it goes. But let me get started. Um, Robelis Despain, striking accuracy is 54%. I checked it, it's accurate. Apparently, Robelis Despain has thrown or has attempted 61 strikes and has landed 33 of them. The striking accuracy is actually accurate. Striking defense, according to the UFC, is 49%. They don't provide any information, so I can't confirm that. Takedown defense is 25%. I mean, it makes sense after what happened in his last fight. Uh, so yeah, so far the statistics seem accurate. So yeah, I can't really trash them for this, but there are some atrocious ones. On to the next one. Austin Lane, striking accuracy is 47%. It's accurate. Austin Lane has attempted 107 strikes and has landed 50%, or rather 50 of them. This is actually accurate. Takedown accuracy, according to the UFC, is 20%, but they don't provide the takedowns landed, so I can't really confirm this. But according to the UFC, he has attempted 5 takedowns. So yeah, his striking defense is 45%. His takedown defense, they don't provide anything. So I don't know. Does that mean he hasn't been taken down, or no one has ever attempted to take him down? According to the UFC, I think that's what they're saying. Anyway, on to the next one. Tamirez Vidal, striking accuracy 55%. Vidal has attempted 167 strikes and has landed 92%, or rather 92 of them. 55% striking accuracy is accurate. I've checked it. According to the UFC, Vidal's takedown accuracy is 0%, so she's never landed a takedown. According to them, she has attempted 4 takedowns, but they don't provide if she's ever landed anything. Like, they don't provide any information. They don't even provide zero. They don't actually tell you anything. So, I guess we just have to take their word for it. Why did I talk? Why did I start with Tamaris Vidal? It was supposed to be Alice Adeline. Okay, but it's fine. Tamaris Vidal's striking defense is 55%. Can't confirm. They don't provide information on that. Takedown defense is 29%. Wow, that's horrible. Um, okay, let me go back to Alice Adeline. So basically, I break down the statistics for every single fighter on the card if you're new, so that it's a little bit easier. There's a lot of inaccurate information, and that's why I decided to start doing this stats breakdown. Anyway, Alice Ardeline, she has a 54% striking accuracy. She's attempted 105 strikes and has landed 57 of them. 54% is accurate. I can confirm that. According to the UFC, Alice has a 50% takedown accuracy, which is accurate, but it's not that impressive considering that she's attempted 4 takedowns and has landed 2 of them. So, I mean, 50% is accurate, but like she's attempted 4. So, according to the UFC, this is not me. So, yeah. Striking defense for Alice Ardeline is 54%. I can't confirm that. Takedown defense is 100%, according to the UFC. Um, okay, on to the next one. Melissa Martinez, striking accuracy is 58%. Um, Strikes attempted is 78%. And strikes landed is 45%. I can confirm that 58% is accurate. Melissa Martinez as well has a 50% takedown accuracy. Um, but it's hard to confirm. Okay, it is easy to confirm. It's not impressive because, according to the UFC, she's attempted like 2 takedowns and has landed one. So, 50% looks impressive when you look at the percentage, but when you look at the actual numbers, it's not as impressive considering she's attempted 2. Like, it's like Pereira, Alex Pereira having a 100% takedown accuracy. And when you look at the statistics, he's like attempted 1 or 2 takedowns and landed them on Israel Adesanya. If you don't know anything, you're like, oh my God, Alex Pereira is an incredible grappler. Anyway, 50% is accurate because she's attempted 2 takedowns and landed one. So yeah, it is accurate. Striking defense 46%. Can't confirm that. They don't provide takedown defense. On to the next one. Alice Reed. Alice Reed has a 49% takedown, or rather 49% striking accuracy. She's attempted 417 strikes. Impressive. Um, and has landed 205 of them. I can confirm the accuracy of the striking accuracy. They say Alice has a takedown accuracy of 60%. Can't confirm that because they didn't provide the amount of takedowns landed, but they say she has attempted 5 takedowns. So, not impressive. Even if the 60% is accurate, it's not really impressive. I mean, you see, these numbers are really impressive when you look at the percentage, but when you actually get into the numbers themselves, you realize that this person needs to get a little bit more takedowns and to do a little bit more work on the ground for me to feel a little bit confident in their ability to take people down. Anyway, Alice Reed's striking defense is 52%. Can't confirm that. Takedown defense is 42%. Can't confirm that. On to the next one. Jessica Penne, her striking accuracy is 32%. I can confirm that. She's attempted 1,080 strikes and has landed 345 of them. Wow. Sad. Um, okay. Did I pick her? Oh, no, no, I didn't pick her. Um, 1,000 strikes and 300, that's not good. Anyway, her takedown accuracy is 21% according to the UFC. She has attempted 57 takedowns and has landed 5 of those takedowns. This is inaccurate. The UFC says it's 21%. Um, Based on the numbers they provided, her actual takedown accuracy is 9% and not 21%. So the information they provided is inaccurate. So yeah, takedown accuracy is now 21%. It's actually 9%. So on to the next one. It's terrible, man. the things that I'm seeing now, that's why I just want to do my own statistics because the UFC, I just feel like whoever is in charge of that is not taking their job seriously. Um, Actually, let me say this. It seems like they take it seriously when it comes to striking. Anything that has to do with grappling, and I know that a lot of fans do not really care about grappling, but for people who actually spend their money on these fights, I think it's important for you to know if someone is easily taken down or they can actually defend a takedown. If the person who's in charge of these statistics are busy saying someone has a takedown accuracy of 21% when they actually have a takedown accuracy of 9%, they are giving you false hope as far as to that person's ability to get the fight to the ground. So, um, yeah, hopefully they fix it. Hopefully these streams get to them eventually. They get big enough to actually get to the UFC, and maybe they can fix it. That's the whole purpose I'm doing this. On to the next one. Jocelyn Edwards. She has a 52% striking accuracy, which I can confirm is accurate, and she's attempted 1,007 strikes and has landed 522 of them. Um, Her takedown accuracy, according to the UFC, is 33%. She's attempted 21 takedowns and has landed one, according to the UFC, which brings her takedown accuracy to 4%, not 33, according to the numbers that were provided by the UFC. Another problem. The issue here is either the UFC did not provide accurate information, which is highly possible because it's doubtful that Jocelyn Edwards has only ever landed one takedown in her whole career. I can't recall from the top of my mind, so it's difficult to argue with them. But according to the UFC, Jocelyn Edwards has attempted 21 takedowns and has landed one of those out of 21. She's landed one, so it puts her takedown accuracy at 4%. And on their website, they said she has a 33% takedown accuracy, which is wild. Very misleading. On to the next one. Jin Matsumoto. Jin Matsumoto has a 38% striking accuracy. I can confirm that. He has attempted 310 strikes and has landed 119 of them. 38% is accurate. Um, Takedown accuracy, according to the UFC, is 50%. The UFC say Jin Matsumoto has attempted 4 takedowns and has landed 2 of them. I don't know about the accuracy of this one, but the the accurate as far as takedown accuracy, based on the numbers they provided, it is accurate. I mean, he attempted 4, he landed 2. So according to the McDonald's statistics, Sean Sharaf has a 100% eating accuracy. Dude, what's wrong with you? Like, you've been on Sharaf. I don't know what Sharaf did to you. Anyway, guys, sorry, I didn't actually give you the striking defense for Jocelyn Edwards. It's 49%, and her takedown defense is 60%. I apologize. I was just focusing on the inaccurate numbers. They threw me off. Gina Matsumoto's striking defense is 52%. I can't confirm that. The takedown defense is 56%. I can't confirm that. Um, On to the next one. Brad Katona. Um, how does a male fighter have a 27% finishing rate, man? Like that's something that's normal in the women's division, but Brad Katuna has like a 27% finishing rate, which is really sad to be honest. Anyway, Brad Katuna has a 51% striking accuracy. I can confirm that. That is very accurate. And he has attempted 964 strikes according to the UFC, and he has landed 492 strikes. 51% is actually accurate. According to the UFC, Brad Katona has a 33% takedown accuracy and has attempted 36 takedowns and has landed 2 takedowns. The UFC is playing with us here, man, guys. Like, no way, man. No way. Okay, Brad Katona has landed 2 takedowns out of 36, and the UFC's percentage is 33%. But I calculated it; it's not 33%. Surprise, surprise! It's 5%. So I don't know why UFC is doing this. They need to deal with the person who does these statistics. They are horribly wrong. Either the numbers, the attempted takedowns and and landed takedowns is wrong, or alternatively, I don't know, something is wrong here when it comes to grappling. Striking, I think they try. The numbers are close to accurate, but when it comes to takedowns and takedown defense, they are horrible. Um, my one of my awesome subscribers. Let me reply. Brad Katona has a 100% finishing rate in his autism test. I'm not, I'm not gonna read your comments if YouTube is going to think I said those things. Like, don't say things like that, man. Alija, Kazed, Asu, and Jean, they locks. No, the Asu Al Mabayev fight is very risky. I'll actually do the upsets predictions maybe Friday. If I feel like I have a little bit more energy tomorrow, I'll do the full card breakdowns. But if I don't have the energy, I'll combine the breakdowns with the upsets predictions on Friday. But that's a risky fight. Asu Al Mabayev is very risky. I think Jin Matsumoto has a higher probability of winning. But my predictions are all over the channel, shorts and video section. Um, so yeah, where was I? Oh, Brad Katona. Brad Katona has a 49% striking defense and has a 53% takedown defense. Can't confirm that. On to the next one. Asu Almabayev. Asu Almabayev has a 62% striking accuracy. He has attempted 146 strikes and has landed 90. This is accurate. 62% striking accuracy is accurate. According to the UFC, he has a 57% takedown accuracy. He has attempted 30 takedowns and has landed 2. Guys, I I'm not sure about this, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say I think Asu Almabayev has landed more than 2 takedowns. I think someone needs to check this guy's fights. The problem is, unfortunately, I don't have enough time to actually watch all these fights. Like, I want to actually start calculating some of the things that the UFC is saying, guys. Like, according to the UFC, Almabayev has landed only 2 takedowns. That's crazy, man. Like, that's crazy. So the UFC say that Asual Mabayev has a 57% takedown accuracy, but based on the numbers they provided, it's actually 6%, not 57%. So 30 takedowns attempted and 2 landed puts him at 6% takedown accuracy, not 57. It's insane what they're doing, man. Like, Almabayev, according to the UFC, has a 59% striking defense, and no one has ever, according to the UFC, no one has ever attempted to take him down. So there's no information on his takedown defense. On to the next one, Mateus Nicolau. Um, Mateus Nicolau has a 53% striking accuracy. He has attempted 744 strikes and has landed 392 strikes. 53% striking accuracy is accurate. I've checked it. According to the UFC, Mateus Nicolau has a 45% takedown accuracy. He has attempted 22 takedowns and has landed 6 of them. Yeah, the reason I'm reading like this is because I'm confused by what I wrote here. Because according to what I wrote here, Mateus Nicolau has a higher takedown accuracy than Asuel Mabayev, which is crazy. Because according to the UFC, he has attempted 22 takedowns and has landed 6 of them. So Obviously he's been in the UFC longer, but like I would assume he has landed a little bit more than that. But the takedown accuracy is not 45%; it's actually 27% based on the calculations that I made. Um, I'll respond to comments once I'm done. This guy is going to get me off track with some of the things he's saying in the comment section. Um, on to the next one. Daniel Pineda. This guy scares me, man, because I went with Darren Elkins. It's a very risky pick, but I'll explain my reasons when I break down the fights. My subscribers went with Daniel Pineda. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. They're both old, so it's not like the difference is 1 year. And I know Daniel Pineda looked good in his previous fight against Nathaniel Wood, but I mean, looking good against someone is not winning. At least Elkins has a win, but that's not why I decided to pick him. I'll explain it tomorrow or Friday. Daniel Pineda has a 49% striking accuracy. Um, okay, this scares me a little bit. Okay, not so much actually. Um, he has attempted 675 strikes and has landed 330 of them. 49% striking accuracy is accurate. I can confirm that. Um, Takedown accuracy for Daniel Pineda is 24%. He has attempted 50 takedowns according to the UFC and has landed 7. So Daniel Pineda, in his entire UFC career, has landed 7 takedowns according to the UFC. UFC, UFC, UFC. We love you, but why do you do these things to us? Like, why? So they say Daniel Pineda has a 24% takedown accuracy, which is incorrect. He actually has a 14% takedown accuracy based on the numbers they provided. The numbers, the inaccuracy of these statistics have been making me forget to read the striking defense and takedown defense. Part of that, but those numbers will always be available. If you follow my channel, I post them on the short section for every single fight. It doesn't matter how many fights there are. It doesn't matter if it changes. I actually end up posting it. So if you want to see like these numbers properly, you can go to the short section. If I don't mention some of them. So yeah, takedown accuracy is not 24%. It's actually 14%. But I, I personally think Daniel Pineda has landed more than 7 takedowns in his UFC career. I maybe I'm crazy, but 7 sounds odd. For someone, Daniel Pineda has a 100% finishing rate, and with that 100% finishing rate, he has 19, I think 19 submissions. So Daniel Pineda was able to get 19 submissions with 7 takedowns. Okay, maybe some of them were outside the UFC. Okay, but I honestly still disagree. Like this dude does not have 7 takedowns. According to the UFC, Daniel Pineda has a striking defense of 44% and a takedown defense of 49%. On to the next one, Darren Elkins. Darren Elkins has a 38% striking accuracy. He has attempted 2,977 strikes and has landed 1,138 strikes. That's impressive. That's impressive, man. If there's anyone who has experience in striking between Daniel Pineda, like Darren Elkins, right, has landed more strikes than Darren Elkins has landed more strikes than Daniel Pineda has attempted and landed combined. That's crazy. So the total of the strikes that Daniel Pineda has attempted and landed combined is still less than the amount of strikes that Darren Elkins has landed. Now that's experience. That's experience. Um, So yeah, the striking accuracy for Darren Elkins, based on the numbers they provided, is accurate. Um, According to the UFC, Darren Elkins has a 35% takedown accuracy. He has attempted 178 takedowns and has landed 39 takedowns. Um, 35% is inaccurate. The actual takedown accuracy for Darren Elkins is 22%, which is more than Daniel Pineda. That's crazy. But it makes me more confident in my pick, right? I picked Darren Elkins, and I'm still worried. But when I look at the fact that Darren Elkins has attempted 2,977 strikes and has landed 1,138, I know that he won't be lost on the feet. And then when you consider that when it comes to takedown accuracy, Darren Elkins has a 22% takedown accuracy based on the numbers they provided, the accurate one, not the UFC say Darren Elkins has a 35% 35% takedown accuracy. That's inaccurate. The actual takedown accuracy based on the numbers they provided is actually 22%. Daniel Pineda's takedown accuracy based on the numbers the UFC provided is actually 14% and not 24%. So that makes me feel confident in Darren Elkins' ability to actually avoid getting submitted on the ground. I feel like based on the number of strikes that Darren Elkins has attempted and landed, I don't feel like he's going to be lost on the feet. So it makes me feel a little bit more confident in my pick. And I know people say, no, he's old, he's old. Like Darren Elkins is like 1 year older than Daniel Pineda. Let's not get too excited. Like we see 40 and we're like, oh my God, he's old. Like it's 1 year older than Daniel Pineda. So yeah, I feel a little bit more confident in my pick now. On to the next one. Jake Hadley. Jake Hadley has a 45% striking accuracy. He has attempted 644. Damn. He has attempted 644 strikes and has landed 289 of them. Um, According to the UFC, he has a 66% takedown accuracy and has attempted 16 takedowns. I can't confirm that because they didn't provide the amount of takedowns he has actually landed. He has a 61% striking defense and a takedown defense of 55%. Let me compare. Actually, I didn't actually provide the striking defense and takedown defense for Darren Elkins and Daniel Pineda. Daniel Pineda has a 44% striking defense, and Darren Elkins has a 52% striking defense. I mean, it's the UFC. This information might be inaccurate, but it's more than Daniel Pineda, you know? The takedown defense, 56% versus um, 49%. And when we look at who is more likely, um, when we look at who's more likely, I'm going to respond to the comments. Just that there's so many numbers here, I don't want to miss anything. So based on the numbers, right, which is a strong argument when you consider the amount of strikes that Elkins has attempted and has landed, and the amount of takedowns that Elkins has attempted and landed. He has a higher accuracy takedown. I could see a situation where Elkins, I'm not saying he's going to submit Pineda, but I could see a situation where he survives. He manages to take down Pineda because Pineda does not have great takedown defense or even accuracy. So I could see a situation where Elkins wins through control. I don't feel like it's going to damage Pineda. Pineda still looks good. But yeah, anyway, why am I breaking down? I'm taking too much time. So Jake Hadley, Jake Hadley has a 61% striking defense and a 55% takedown defense. On to the next one. Brady Hastand. These numbers are starting to scare me. Brady has a 51% striking accuracy. He has attempted 299 strikes, which is Jake Hadley has attempted double of that. Yeah, that's worrying. Um, but at least nearly 300 is something, as opposed to someone who has attempted like 100 strikes. I mean, that's nothing. The accuracy is questionable, but if it's nearly 300 and the striking accuracy, you can say, okay, like landing 51% of 300 strikes is pretty impressive. um, so yeah, I'm very worried about this one. So the striking accuracy is accurate. According to the UFC, Haystand has a 46% takedown accuracy. He has attempted 39 takedowns and has landed six of them, according to the UFC. Oh my goodness. I apologize, guys. I didn't calculate this one, and they provided the numbers. Okay, I calculated it. I placed it in the wrong box. Yes, the takedown accuracy is not 46%, it's actually 15%, according to the UFC. Yeah, the UFC is just disappointing me. Um, Haystand has a 51% striking defense and a 43% takedown defense. Let me see, compared to. Wow, Jake Hadley has a 61% striking defense. Not liking my pick at this point. Jake Hadley's experience plus the striking defense is worrying. That's if it's accurate. I mean, the UFC. This could very easily not be accurate. Anyway, on to the next one. Sumo Derji has a 54% striking accuracy. He has attempted 440 strikes and has landed 238. 54% is accurate. According to the UFC, Sumaderji has a 100% takedown accuracy, and he has attempted one takedown. They didn't provide the other one, but I'm just going to go out on a limb and say he landed that one takedown that they say. I don't know how accurate this is, man. The UFC, they didn't provide the. But I guess they say he landed that other one takedown. That I heard he attempted one takedown. I guess he landed it. Um, Sumaderji has a striking defense of 62%. Can't confirm that, and a takedown defense of 67%. I can't confirm that. On to the next one. Okay, we're in the main card. I didn't realize that. I'm going to reply to your comments very soon. I'm almost done with the statistics breakdown. Charles Johnson. Charles Johnson, okay, I feel a bit more confident in my pick. Charles Johnson has a 52%. I was worried with Sumaderji, but I'm glad I do these breakdowns. So, Charles Johnson has a 52% striking accuracy, has attempted 1,124 strikes, and has landed 579 of those strikes. 52% is accurate, and it's quite impressive considering he has landed or has attempted 1,124. It's easy to be accurate if you've thrown like 100 or 200 punches, and have like a 60% striking accuracy. If you've thrown 1,000 punches and your accuracy is still above 52%, that's flipping impressive. It's flipping impressive. If you can throw 1,000 punches and you land more than 50% of them, that's crazy, man. So yeah, I'm pretty confident in my pick now. Um, According to the UFC, Charles Johnson has a 20% takedown accuracy. He has attempted 15 takedowns. However, they didn't provide the number of takedowns he landed. Charles Johnson has a striking defense of 59%. Yeah, with a 52% striking accuracy, I'm willing to believe that. And a takedown defense of 67%. Um, Man, these numbers are impressive, man. I think I should start considering to actually consider the number of takedowns and strikes attempted when I what Jake Hartley. Um I'll respond to everyone, but let me just say, if you are now joining the stream, this stream will be available once I'm done. I've read so many numbers, guys. I can't repeat what I said now. I just want to finish these takedowns, but you can all watch the whole thing once I'm done with the stream. You can just scroll through and check the specific fight that you want statistics for. Um, I'll do a breakdown and an upsets breakdown and everything like that on Friday or maybe tomorrow. But definitely it has to be by Friday. I'll do another live stream. But if you can always rewatch this whole thing once I'm done. It's going to be on the live section of the channel. You just click the channel at the top. You just click live, and then you'll find this stream. On to the next one. Kyla Phillips. Kyla Phillips has a damn. This dude has more strikes attempted than Charles Johnson. When did Kyla Phillips get into the UFC? Isn't he new to the UFC? Wow. Flip. Wow. That's impressive. It caught me off guard. Kyla Phillips has a 46% striking accuracy and has hit 1,171 strikes and has landed 534 of them. 46% is accurate. It's impressive for him to have, which means he throws a lot of volume, because it's not that he hasn't been in the UFC for that long. That means he throws a lot. Kyler Phillips' takedown accuracy, according to the UFC, is 47%. He has attempted 32 takedowns and has landed 14 of them. At least on this one, they tried. It wasn't that bad because the actual takedown accuracy for Kyler Phillips is 44%, not 47%. So I think they deserve a round of applause for at least getting close. It's better than going from 35% to 5%. So yeah, it's really quite impressive that Kyler Phillips has these kind of numbers. Kyler Phillips has a striking defense of 61% and a takedown defense of 75%. Um, yeah, on to the next one. Rob Font. Rob Font also has a 46% striking accuracy, but more impressively, he has attempted 2,636 strikes and has landed 1,206. 46% is accurate. I think I'd be worried about Rob Font if it was a couple of years ago. He's older now, so it's fine. Um, Kyler Phillips throws a lot of volume. Clearly, he's catching up to Rob Font, and he's still early in his career in the UFC, so I'm not too worried. Um, Rob Font, according to the UFC, has a takedown accuracy of 35%. He has attempted 37 takedowns and has landed 5. In his whole entire UFC career, Rob Font has landed 5 takedowns. Okay. He has a striking defense of 56% and a takedown defense of 46%. Takedown accuracy is actually not 35%, it's actually 13% based on the numbers they provided. So yeah, Rob Font does not have a 35% takedown accuracy. It's actually 13% according to the UFC. On to the next one, Michel Pereira. Michel Pereira has a damn it has a 54% striking accuracy. He has attempted 1,024 strikes and has landed 555 of those strikes. 54% is accurate, which is impressive. And I picked against him, so I'm a little bit worried. Plus, Pereira has power. Michel Pereira, according to the UFC, has a 55% takedown accuracy. I can't confirm that because they only provided the takedowns attempted by Pereira, which is 20. They didn't provide the amount of takedowns he landed. Pereira has a 58% striking defense and a 94% takedown defense. Um, yeah, I'm worried. I'm worried. 1,000 is impressive. Um, Anthony Hernandez. Anthony Hernandez has a 59% striking accuracy. He has attempted 508 strikes and has landed 302 of them. 59% is accurate as far as striking accuracy. According to the UFC, Hernandez has a 49% takedown accuracy. He has attempted 63 takedowns. They didn't provide the amount of takedowns he has landed, so I can't confirm whether 49% is accurate, similar with Michel Pereira. Anthony Hernandez's striking defense is 46%. Woo, it was gonna be bad for me. And a takedown defense of 63%. um, okay, I'm a little bit worried about my pick, but you know what? I'm sticking with Hernandez. I feel like he can pull it off. Let me reply to your comments and then I can bounce. Let me check the battery live. Okay, we still have a bit of time. Um, let me let me respond to your comments. What was the last comment that I replied to? Um, let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, yeah, I think this is where I ended. Dude, your new name, the guy with the many alphabets. I'm going to just call you one of my best subscribers. I don't know what your name is. Like, there's too many alphabets in your name. He said, Jin might be a lock, but Katona is so tough and hard to finish. Yeah, I agree, man. I don't think Jin Matsumoto is going to finish Brad Katona. Brad Katona is very scrappy. Asu is 100% risky. I 100% agree with you, and I think you saw my shorts that I posted. Like Asu Almabayev is very risky. Maybe there are people who feel differently. I understand that, but from my perspective and from my analysis, I feel like this fight is going to be extremely close. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Um, Alija Keserovic. I feel Icy is just so aggressive and pushes his opponents to the ground. You know what? I agree, right? But he, to be honest, Asu Almabayev did not look that impressive in his last fight. He won, but to me, it didn't look like they were below his level. You know, when Hamza Chimaev was fighting unranked contenders, and even lower ranked fighters, he was destroying them because we could see that they are not on his level. I don't see that in Asu Almabayev, and I get that I'm being too harsh. You can't. Not everyone will perform the way Hamza performed. That's why he's like so entertaining. I don't know what the right word to use is, but I didn't see the distance, right? Whenever, even if you don't finish someone, I need to see you separate yourself from some of these unranked contenders in order for me to be like, okay, this dude is going to be a future contender. And obviously, people can improve, people can adjust. Maybe he has never been challenged like that, and maybe he went back to his camp and he improved and he got significantly better. That is highly possible. And that's one of the reasons why I picked him. I feel like of the both of them, I feel like Asuel Mabayev has the higher probability of improving. But I wouldn't go as far as saying he's a lock. Like this fight for me is 100% risky. I'm not gonna lie to you. Um, Elijah, 17 takedowns in his last 3 fights. Yeah, that's impressive. I'm not gonna lie. It's really impressive. Elijah, that's wrong. UFC need to figure it out. Yeah, that's why normally when I do these stats predictions, I tell people to send UFC emails, like send them emails to check their statistics, because a lot of people rely on these statistics to actually make their decisions as far as who they are going to pick, right? So if you are busy posting inaccurate information, it's very misleading, um, and it looks sus because you have betting sponsors, and then you are posting inaccurate statistics. Like it looks weird. And obviously, I'm not saying the UFC is conspiring. I'm just saying that whoever's in charge of these statistics uh, probably needs to be changed. Right? He shouldn't be in charge of this because he's doing a horrible job. Um, uh, One of my favorite subscribers, or my best subscribers, Asu definitely has landed more than two takedowns. I agree. Yeah, that was a bit weird for me as well. I need a big win so I can get myself a goal tooth just like you. Who's this? Robert Thornton. Robert Thornton. Um, who's your most confident pick? I think I'll know once I do my abscess predictions. Normally, I do a little bit extra research before I do the abscess predictions or final breakdowns, of which I haven't done. So I'm going to do a little bit more research, and I'll have an answer for a confident pick by Friday. Whenever I come back live, I'll have an answer for my most confident picks. But this is a very risky fight. I see a lot of risky fights on this particular card. Actually, if you look at the risk, I post the risk and save predictions for every single card on the video section of the channel. I think there's like more than five fights that I said were 100% risky, and a lot of them were male fights. And considering that the prelims are so full of WMMA fights, almost the entire card is basically risky because WMMA fights are very unpredictable. So it's gonna be very tricky. I'm not gonna lie to you. But I'll see if I can find anyone that I feel pretty confident about. But I need to actually incorporate these statistics, especially the volume and numbers, because percentages do not tell the whole story. Even if the percentages are accurate, I'm starting to realize that sometimes people, you hear, oh my God, he has a 60% striking defense or accuracy, and then you find out that person has only uh, ever avoided like I don't know 50 punches. Like it's not very impressive, as opposed to someone who has like a 45% striking defense and they have maybe avoided like 1,000 or 2,000 punches. That's a little bit more impressive. So I think I need to start taking volume into consideration when I do my analysis, because it's a really important factor, and I'm realizing it now as I'm doing these statistics breakdowns. But I'll give you my most confident pick on Friday. Um, Phillips, one of my favorites, or my best subscribers, one of my best subscribers. I'm going to call you that. It's a long name. I need to find you a different name. Yeah, I need to find you a different name. Um, he says he should definitely be faster and more slick on the feet. He will have a somewhat effective wrestling advantage too. That should be a good game plan for his coaches to implement. Yeah, and I think Kyler Phillips is one of the reasons why I felt a little bit more confident in Sean O'Malley, because I looked at Kyler Phillips and I was like, dude, if Sean O'Malley is training with people like this, and Marab shouldn't be an issue. But clearly, Sean O'Malley was not training with Kyler Phillips enough. I don't even know if he was training with Kyler Phillips leading up to his fight with Marab. And um, his coach saying that he was shocked that Merab shot a king, a double leg takedown was weird. Like, we didn't prepare for that. What do you mean, dude? Like, it's odd to hear that from someone who's actually coached someone who ended up getting the belt. Um, I don't know if Kyla Phillips trains from the same gym as Sean O'Malley, but their coach worries me if he was shocked by Merab getting a double leg takedown. Like, if your coach is shocked by that, then you should be worried about your career. But so far, these fighters looked incredible. I don't know if it's because they are talented, because it doesn't seem like their coach has a lot to do with their success. I'm just saying. No, no, I'm not hating at all, but like, you can't be shocked or surprised by someone shooting a double leg takedown. Someone who's a heavy wrestler, and you don't foresee them shooting a double leg takedown. What kind of a game plan is that? Anyway, Robert Thornton, Katona is like 32 and is already slowing down. He will get starched come Saturday. I agree with you, especially considering he's facing Matsumoto. But my biggest issue is it's not like Matsumoto has a high finishing rate, but maybe he's improving. So maybe the finishing rate will keep on increasing within the UFC, right? But his finishing rate is not that high, which is worrying for me. But I still feel like Matsumoto is going to probably win. Yeah, you were asking me for a confident pick. I think Matsumoto is probably, without doing any research, I prefer to give you my opinion once I've done a little bit more research. But blindly, I'd say Matsumoto is one of the very few fighters on the card that I feel a little bit more confident in than a lot of the people on the card. Like, there's so many flippin' risky fights. It's crazy. The main event is risky. The co-main event is risky. The featured fight. What's the featured fight? But then the featured fight is also risky. A lot of the fights on the prelims are like, there's so many. Like, it's really hard to actually get a confident pick. But I think Gene Matsumoto is one of the people that I would say I'm leaning a little bit more towards Katona. Autocorrect, nah, don't worry, man. I know autocorrect. It hates all of us. It's not just you. Um, One of my best subscribers, Starch this crazy is a crazy call, but would be pretty cool. I think Gene wins by decision. I see him on striking Katona and making him look like he doesn't belong in the UFC. Yeah, that's how I see the fight playing out. I think Katona is a very difficult fighter to actually get out there. Um, he's very durable, so I'd be shocked if Jin Matsumoto actually gets a finish, because Katona is very difficult to finish. Katona also has pillow hands. MMA Guru summed it up perfectly by saying he is incapable of harming another human being. Yeah, with a 27% finishing rate, I mean, it makes sense. Like, he's spot on with that. 27% finishing rate backs that up too. Last time he knocked someone out was in 2014. Wow. I wasn't even watching MMA by then, which is crazy. So the last time he finished anyone, I wasn't even watching MMA. Um, Pereira and Phillips. I wouldn't be so confident in Pereira, man. Um, for me, the main event, the risk level of the main event looks like the last main event, all right, between Royval versus Tatsuro Taira. I feel like the fight might be that close. I feel like the fight. I wouldn't be shocked if it goes to a decision. I wouldn't be shocked if the fight is a little bit closer. However, the numbers worry me because it seems Pereira has a little bit more experience as far as striking within the UFC. I'm not going to speak about anything outside the UFC. It seems like I Pereira has stood I need to start taking the volume of strikes that each fighter has thrown into consideration, because okay, we'll see what happens. But this is a risky fight. I'm not gonna lie to you. But if you feel pretty confident in it, I mean, go for it. Phillips, on the other hand, I think Phillips should win. I think, yeah, Jin Matsumoto and maybe Kyla Phillips might be the few fights that I feel pretty confident in. Yeah, so I'd say maybe Jean Matsumoto and Kyla Phillips, but I'm still yet to confirm that. I have to do a little bit extra research, and then when I go live Friday, I'll give you, like I normally do, I'll give you my most confident picks. So yeah, uh, the dude with many alphabets in his name. Jake Hadley has a new opponent. Really? Sh- I hate. Okay, but it's not the UFC, man. I mean, when someone pulls out, there's nothing you can do about it. Damn, it means more work for me. Why are these guys pulling out? I, anyway, that's a problem for tomorrow. Who's his? He's fighting Cameron Smother, man. Who's that, man? Like, is he new to the UFC? I am Karma. What Ed Jake Hartley? Imitator of Jesus. All these women need to make me a sandwich. Okay. Um, Bedi Symmetry. Free Palestine. Yeah, I agree. Tweezy Rich, hey bro, how you doing, man? You just got here when I was done with the stream. You know you can always watch it after I'm done. I think a lot of dogs are live this card. 100%, man. There's a lot of dogs that are live this card, man. Last week I was busy saying, and I got 10 fights correct out of 12. But last week I was busy saying a lot of fights where upsets were possible, and they were. But this week, the probability of many upsets happening is significantly higher. Like significantly higher. I'll get to that when I do my upsets predictions. But yeah, this card, a lot of dogs are live for sure. Tweezy, I think Alice wins. Um, I think I picked Alice, right? I think I picked Alice Adeline. What's her name? I forgot. Yeah, whatever her name is, I think I picked her. Um, plus 200 her grapplings, better than Reed. No, I think I picked Alice Reed. I think I picked Alice Reed. I forgot my picks, guys. They're all over the channel. So you can go through them. And she had too much success against Melissa on the mat. Adeline should be able to do the same, but better. I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see, Twizzy. Um, Daryl, Merab was not known for double legs. If you go back and watch Merab's fights prior to Sean, you will see 90% of his takedowns were head outside single legs and out clinch. But in my opinion, I respect Daryl. I respect that viewpoint, right? But it's a stupid game plan to go into a fight with a wrestler and you think, no, he's not going to shoot a double leg takedown. Even if that's in history, that's 90% of what he has been doing. You you don't think, especially considering that if you feel like it's going to affect your athlete negatively, if it won't make any difference, then you don't have to even pay attention to um let me reply to Daryl. So even if you don't feel like, if you are confident in your athlete's ability to deal with double leg takedowns, then it's fine. You can ignore it. But you can't go into a fight with a wrestler What did you think was going to happen if the single legs did not work? He was just going to think, "Oh my God, single legs are not working, so I'm not going to try double leg takedowns." Like, what kind of a game plan is that? Even if hypothetically speaking, let's say Merab came into the octagon and was shooting only single leg takedowns and like was busy only shooting single leg, and Sean was busy stuffing those takedowns, and then he was like, what if I tried double leg takedowns?" And then he did that and he got success. Like, that's a pretty stupid plan to actually say, okay, he only shoots single leg. Like, it's not like it's a difficult thing to actually shoot the double leg takedowns. So it was pretty stupid. It was a pretty stupid game plan, considering if he felt like his athlete would struggle with that, then he should have prepared him for that. That's what coaches are for. They should be able to prepare you for things that you don't even think will affect you in a fight. Um, so yeah, I honestly cannot defend that decision. Um, Bilal versus Shafkat, early prediction. It's hard, man. It's hard. I know a lot of people are going to say Shafkat is going to destroy him. I don't know. I don't know. Bilal's hands looked good against what do you call him? Leon Edwards. Bilal's hands looked good, man. Like, Bilal could have won that fight by standing on the feet. I think he just chose to wrestle because there's less risk involved. Leon cannot headshot him. Leon cannot land a lucky. Obviously, Leon's path to victory would have been on the feet, and he didn't want to give him an opportunity to win the fight on the feet. People think Bilal is probably going to grapple in this fight, and I disagree with that. I disagree with that because I think people are forgetting what happened when Bilal was fighting Sean Brady. A lot of people are like, yeah, I'm sure Bilal is going to try and shoot double but again takedowns on Shafkat. Did he try to take down Sean Brady when he was fighting Sean Brady? I don't think he did. He came in there and knocked him out. You know, I think Bilal is smart enough to know that it's gonna be difficult to grapple unless if he feels like Shafkat's wrestling is not that great. Then that's the only reason he would wrestle. But if he respects Shafkat's wrestling, I don't think he will. But I don't know. I think Shafkat has good jiu-jitsu. I don't think he has great wrestling, and the fact that he struggled to take Wonder Boy the way he did, whereas Bilal was having success taking him down. I think the story of this fight will be like this. Shafkat will have the jiu-jitsu advantage, meaning if anyone is going to submit anyone, is probably going to be Shafkat. But if anyone is going to be on their back, it's going to be Shafkat. Shafkat does not have better wrestling than Bilal Muhammad, right? It's like saying what happens if Kamaru Usman fights what do you call him, Charles Oliveira, right? This is how I see the fight. This fight to me looks like Kamaru Usman versus Charles Oliveira. Charles Oliveira will have the jiu-jitsu advantage. He is more likely going to attempt a lot of submissions, but the person who's probably going to be on top and controlling the fight is probably going to be Kamaru Usman. And I feel that way about this particular fight, in my opinion. Now that I think about it, I feel like Shavkat Rakhmonov is probably going to have the submission advantage. But as far as wrestling, we can take one common opponent that they had, which is Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Bilal fought Stephen Wonderboy Thompson when he was younger, and he still managed to take him down. Shafkat struggled with an old Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. He struggled to take him down. Granted, he finished him, But obviously, we know Bilal does not necessarily finish fights, but he didn't have any trouble taking down Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Of course, you can make the argument that well, Thompson had wasn't working on his wrestling that much at that point than he was when he was fighting Shafkat, but he was also older at that point. So on the ground, the person who's probably going to be on their back, I think, is going to be Shafkat. On the feet, Bilal's hands looked good, man. I still have to analyze that fight. I can't give you a definitive answer right now. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think Bilal might win this fight. Based on what I just said, because I don't see Shafkat having the wrestling advantage. He definitely has the jiu-jitsu advantage. That goes without saying. He has the jiu-jitsu advantage, but the wrestling advantage, especially considering the fact that Bilal has been bargain training with Islam Makhachev and Habib Nurmagomedov. His wrestling is probably going to be elite by that time. But again, when he fought a wrestler, he knocked him out. He knocked Sean Brady out. You know, so I don't even think he might wrestle. But come to think of it, Bilal has better wrestling. Shafkat just has better jiu-jitsu. So, in all honesty, I think I'm going to go with Bilal. Early prediction. I don't like the age thing, but early prediction. I think I'm going to go Bilal. I didn't think before you asked me that question, I thought I would say Shafkat. But now that I think about it, I'm like, I don't think Shafkat is going to win this one. I could be my opinion. Obviously, I haven't broken down the fight. I haven't analyzed it. Um, we'll see once I sit down and I actually look at the fight a little bit closer. Let me see. Where was I? Oh, so that means a lot of other questions came in. Bilal versus, okay, I think I answered that. Tamirez Vidal winning this one. Ah, Tamirez is short and she runs. She runs with her punch. Like when she punches, she runs towards you. Like I'd be shocked if Tamirez won this fight, man. Like she's not gonna win. Tuesday Rich, I don't think you've released your pick on Martinez versus Adeline. Who do you think? Didn't I? I think check the shorts. To be honest, I forget a lot of things because I do so much on the channel, man. I can't recall every single thing. What I normally do is I sit down and I focus heavily for hours. Once I'm done focusing and I've posted, that thing comes out of my head. I focus on the next thing. So I think I picked Adeline. I'll give you a full breakdown when I do my upsets predictions. But I think I went with Adeline. I remember Martinez is like 40 years old or something like that. Yeah, I think Martinez is like 40 or 39. Yeah, I think I went with Adeline. Um, I am calm. Shafkat is 100% winning. Okay, I can't disagree with that, especially because I haven't done proper analysis. But based on what I just said now, I'm leaning heavily towards Bilal, which is crazy because before coming into this stream, I didn't think I'd say these words. Tweezy. um, um, Adi MNL, bro, help me. How, man? Um, the guy with many alphabets. I think Bilal reigns of smoozing terror continues, and a lot of people will be pissed after this, especially MMA guru. Yeah, that's how I think. I mean, that's why I say it's an early prediction, but based on that, I feel a little bit confident in what I just said because it's actually true. If you're struggling against a similar opponent, an older version of the Stephen Wonderboy Thompson that Bilal fought and took down multiple times, it's not a good look. You know, um, Bilal was beating up Leon Edwards on the feet. Maybe it was because of the threat of the takedown, We don't know, but his hands looked incredible. He knocked out Sean Brady, which is something I never thought I'd ever say. So, to be honest, I know a lot of people are high on Shafkat, but I honestly am leaning towards Bilal. Early prediction, unofficial prediction though. Um, Hayden Brown, you owe me 10 cents. I predicted the whole main card for Alex versus Ronti card. Yeah, I didn't do that great on the card, man. Where where were you on the stream? Oh yeah, I remember your name, Hayden Brown. 10 Australian cents at the time. At the I don't know. How I'm going to give you that. Why do I owe you that? I know it is raunchy. It's just call home around hill. Okay. Twizzy. I feel like Bilal would rather shoot on Shafkat than risk getting caught on the feet. His jiu-jitsu good, but he hasn't subbed anyone as good as Bilal. I think he wrestles to a decision as he slows down. Yeah, yeah, I'm leaning towards that as well. Especially, I'm sure he's going to have a little bit more confidence. Training with people like Bilal, but with people like Habib and Islam Makhachev. I think he's probably going to wrestle him, and people will be shocked. Oh my God, how did Bilal do that? Hayden Brown, him. Okay. The dude with many alphabets in his name. Around Hill, bro makes Jamal Hill and Roundtree. If Hill and Roundtree had a baby, I'm calmer. Oh, Kings versus Pineda. I think Pineda looks better. What do you think? Um, I think I spoke about it a little bit on this stream, but I'll break it down a little bit. My battery's low, so I don't want to go too much in depth into this particular topic because once my phone switches off, it remains streaming, but you only see blackness. So I don't want my phone to turn off while I'm streaming, and it's on 7%, and it's going down very fast. So I need to make sure that I end the stream before. So I'm sorry I can't. If you want to see like what I think right now, wait for me to end the stream and then you can watch it. You can fast forward to that fight. I broke it down a little bit. Um, Hayden Brown, Twizy, Bilal has better striking than Shafkat, and wrestling, Shafkat only has the advantage in the clinch. Yeah, plus the level of experience also, I feel like is going to play a factor in that. Bilal wins by decision, I agree. Dude with many alphabets, agreed. Bilal will continue to annoy a lot of fans, and I'm on the Bilal train now. He's underrated. People just don't like him. Yeah, and I don't understand why. I think is funny. Maybe I guess people find him corny. Hayden Brown. I hope Bilal loses, but he improves every fight. And he's my pick. Totally with you. Same here. LOL. Apart from the main card, apart from the main card, I sucked. We both picked Iho. Yeah, man, that wasn't a good call for me. But I'm recovering, you know. I got 10 out of 12 last week. I only did not so great for 2 weeks, you know. I'm coming back slowly, but this card scares me. I might relapse. Anyway, guys, I'll see you tomorrow or Friday when I do my abscess predictions. Um, until then, I love and appreciate all of you. See you in the comment section. And I mean that. I respond to everyone. Go through the channel if you're new to the channel. I'm seeing a couple of new names. Go to the video section, go to the short section. There's so much information on the channel. If you want to participate in the subscribers picks, go to the community section. There are fights that come out every single week, every single day, I mean, from IQ to who wins, the risk levels, and everything like that. Subscribers have been pretty accurate. They are probably some of my biggest competition because the past 2 weeks that I wasn't doing well, they were killing it. You know, they were getting 11 out of 13 fights correct, you know, so that's my biggest competition. Once again, I'll see you in the comment section. Until next time, I love and appreciate all of you. Deuces. Um, why am I doing this? I don't even know how to end the stream.